Hello, thanks for joining us on another interesting episode of Your View. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
How's your weekend,
Nice,
Jimmy?
nice. I went to a party on Saturday. I can be very antisocial, but Mrs. Osoyinto dragged me to this one. Ni wasi party, jalo. And it was fun. Aside that, I had a restful weekend.
Great. Topwe, how was your weekend?
Spent with family and an awesome time at the strategic leadership meeting Saturday morning. It was, as in I was feeling the spirit. You know, when you have a vision, a big plan, and you're just getting confirmation of the word over and over again, it just makes me feel good that something big is about to happen. Aside from that, yesterday, January 15, was when I met my husband for the first time in front of a bank close to my church. It was just a very random inside the bank conversation that has ended up in marriage and 3 children. And for my husband, he says that he believes that that's the anniversary for him to mark the day he met me, go, you know. So we tend to make it special for ourselves, and I really need to appreciate him that
How many years
God has
ago?
sent him 10 years ago.
Oh,
And God
nice.
sent him into my life, and it's been a blessing, you know. So don't wish away chancing meeting. Borrow me a pen in the bank. Could just be your husband.
How are you doing, Uwa?
I didn't borrow me a pen. I'm fine, though. We're a bit flustered this morning, but I'm good. This week we're planning to visit a school in Ikorodu to give them like
Pep
a
talk.
talk. Yeah. So hopefully we pray that the event goes well. But on Saturday I had the privilege of being the INEC chairperson of my school. And for some reason I think I love that job of free and fair election. I think I mean, like everybody just said, Madam, you did a fantastic job, because you know it's good to be transparent. So they were now saying that can the Nigerian government just adopt this kind of method where we know that everything is clean and clear. But it was good though. We've selected the new Friends of Role Model School, so
That's
hopefully
great.
they do a good job.
I always forget what I did over the weekend.
Why?
I
Like
always
you
forget.
really can't remember anything right
I'm
now.
sure I did something, but I just can't remember what it was. But I'm sure I had a good weekend. Yesterday, I was pretty much home cooking. I did a lot of cooking this weekend.
How does it feel having just one maid? Like you have to now do all
Yeah,
more work.
actually it's good because I get to participate more. I know what's going on, you know. So I share the work now. I'm more active. I get to do my homely exercise, domestic exercise.
And you get to do your social media ranting.
No, I don't. What do I do? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
Once in
imagine?
a while, I try to. Actually, I'm supposed to do this on a 30-day thing. I forgot day 3. I forgot yesterday. Let's take a break. Let's take a quick break. When we come back,
And a tab group C alongside
we'll look at the front
Togo,
pages
Morocco.
of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. Let's start with the punch. 448 billion naira Lagos Ibadan new rail project to begin in February. Construction to be completed in 18 months. Buhari, Osinbajo, Saraki, others honor fallen heroes. Confusion over Buhari's $30 billion loan request. Army frees 257 Boko Haram suspects. Kills 13 terrorists. Police Ibadan youth clash over man caught with human head. JAM meets WAEC, NECO, others over UTME on Tuesday. Osinbajo visits Niger Delta. Today, youth give condition for peace. Nigerians won't accept fresh fuel price hike, says NLC. Abductors of Nigerian Turkish college pupils demand 100 million naira. And 5 more states get 400 million naira for school feeding this week, says federal government. Let's start with
We thank God that the federal government is fulfilling their promise. I was going to
Which
ask
one of
you
them?
about
The
school
real-
feeding, the one for
Okay,
school
the school
feeding.
feeding, yeah.
I was going to ask about the clash over human head. Did you read the story?
I didn't read that story.
But the article that caught my eye, now I can't remember what the...
We'll talk about the Turkish, and one of the papers has the front
not
page.
that one.
Okay. The 458 billion naira.
Lagos Ibadan.
That's good.
There's going to be a real project.
Start 18 months.
Starting by February.
month, yeah.
It's going to last for the next 18 months. The plan is that it was already, funny enough, it was already been
Commissioned?
The commissioned under Obasanjo 2006, I believe, and we've been waiting for the funding, which they said was available then and probably will be available now. But it seems that they're ready to start it right away, you know. So I think it's a good move because we all complain about.
I'm pretty excited about this Lagos-Ibadan Expressway because yesterday I went visiting a family that lost one of their loved ones, and I saw the work that has gone under that bridge. Is amazing. Just imagine if now they add rail to the
that'd be great.
to the I'm talking about the beggar area. They've done that road and all that. So imagine if rail is added. So all this one that we're complaining about,
Pressure
the
on
gridlock
the
and all
road.
that,
Pressure will get off
to
the
just
road.
die.
Moving on to the nation, alleged 23 billion naira bribe. 200 INEC officials face panel. ECOWAS army chiefs meet over the Gambia. Lagos plans to boost growth with environmental bill. Federal government rejects Bring Back Our Girls condition. And abductors of Turkish school, previous officials demand 1.2 billion. We'll talk about that a bit later. Bring Back Our Girls, yes.
So it was a very funny thing when the federal government
Who
under
said the letter?
Alhaji
Lai
Lai
Mohammed.
Mohammed, Minister of Information and Culture, wrote the Bring Back Our Girls conveners attentioning Obi Ezekwesili, inviting them to Sambisa Forest. The trip should have been the trip. Yeah, they called it sortie, of meaning that you're going with the army escorts to go and see what
Has been done
and what they're doing. So don't think that we're not taking the rescue of the remaining Chibok girls seriously. We want you to go on a guided tour with us. And Obi Ezekwesili replied on the 13th. Their own letter to them was on the 11th. So saying that, oh, we have had a meeting, we're willing to go on this tour with you, but we'd rather we have a pre-tour for us to decide what we really
who we are really picking, because they are demanding for, I think, 3 representatives from the Bring Back Our Girls campaign.
No, I think 2.
No, I think it was 3.
Okay. Anyway, so now this article, the federal government is now replying, Mr. Alhaji.
An apology concerning the lamentation of the army chief concerning I can't remember what the lamentation was, but she wanted an apology, and the minister was saying, "Don't join issues."
They were asking for more time, you know, before the guided tour will happen. Now the minister has written back to say, "We acknowledge your letter, but we are unable, you know, to hold down this sortie because of your pre-tour."
Yeah, because they also have other international...
But what she complained about was impromptu timing now.
That timing was short.
You can't just come and say, okay, let us be going like that.
Let's move on to
that's the
Vanguard.
article. But people, analysts have been just laughing that, come on, that Sambisa Forest is a war zone. Why do you want to take civilians there?
No,
that is your job.
It's guided now.
It's your job to go and rescue the girls. That are you going to ask us to follow you? Listen now.
I don't want to listen. We talk a lot in Nigeria now.
So are they going to ask us to follow them to Northern Kaduna so that we can see what they are doing there?
Okay, all right, yes, maybe we good idea. Moving on to Vanguard. Kidnappers demand 1.2 billion naira ransom. Police close in on abductors. Perpetrators are ex-pipeline vandals from Ikorodu, Arepo, parts of Ogun State. Abductors ask school authorities to keep ransom figure secret. And 10, not 8 victims affected. We are concerned about rising bad loans in banks, says MD NDIC. Dangote sets up truck assembly plant in Lagos. Ohanizi, bring back our business to Igbo land, says Unwodo. Foreign reserve hits $26 billion as value of open contracts rises. 1 dead as youth police clash over man caught with human head. So kidnappers, the Turkish college, who read that story?
I did. Okay, so this school, the Turkish college, is in Ogun State, the boundary between Lagos and Ogun State, and kidnappers went in there, picked. I assumed that it was 3 Turkish officials, but from the article it says 2. 1 Nigerian teacher and 5 students. One of the students, the case is really funny. His father had had
been kidnapped
before. Anyway, so they're now
Very sad.
48 hours after the kidnap happened, because this happened on Friday. They now used the phone of one of the students to contact.
No, the matron's husband. They called the matron's husband this morning and demanding for the ransom. So although the school is saying they've not heard anything officially, and they're working very close with the officials, with the Lagos State of police officials to see how they can do. But they're also saying that they have CCTV. So hopefully that every step of the way they have materials submitted.
No worse than armed robbery right now.
No,
Look at the ransom that they are demanding for 1.2 billion.
So I wanted to say they used the phone of one of the students to make the phone call, and so that is traceable. But they were now asking for 300 million naira per Turkish citizen and 100 million per Nigerian citizen, coming to 1.2 billion.
Right.
I don't know. We shouldn't be talking about kidnapping so much, because we give a lot of people ideas
to go into it. I want to talk about a good story though. Dangote is doing great stuff, and I'm surprised he's not the only rich person in this country, not the only billionaire in this country, but he's like to invest back in this
Nigeria
country.
Dangote, Republic of Nigeria of Dangote.
The good thing is he's setting up this
Nigerian Dangote Industries
in Lagos.
So it will boost our IGR.
Yes, it's in Lagos. I think other states should woo him to set them their place. This truck factory is in partnership with China. It's going to produce 10,000 trucks annually. We know that Dangote, as it is, always uses a lot of trucks to move his goods around.
Moving to rail.
God bless you.
It's a little contradictory. Obviously, Dangote has seen that this our rail project is not going to
It may take 100 years.
So he is guiding his own, because he's importing currently. Dangote imports trucks into this country on a regular basis. So rather than import with dollars, he set up a factory providing jobs and producing the trucks in Nigeria.
Let's move on. Let's see.
Whichever way, it's a win-win for us.
Dangote, we want to do rail, please.
I'd rather he
train
invest in not even
coach.
But he's not
manufacturing plants.
That brings me to the policy issue. We don't have policies to allow private investment in the rail sector. It is owned by the government.
Okay. Let's move on to Daily Sun very quickly. Same headline: students kidnappers demand 1.2 billion naira. Military kill 13 terrorists, rescues 58. We'll march on Gambia when we get order, says military. Armed Forces Remembrance Day, we've restored Nigeria's integrity, says Buhari. Can to Buhari, your policies lack human face. IPOB holds solidarity rally for Trump on Friday.
So quickly on this armed forces, I'm excited that we saw most of our governors, we saw the president paying tribute to the fallen soldiers. But you see, what is most important, because I have military background. My husband's father was in the military as well. A lot of times when these people pass, their wives,
family,
their children, they are not taken care of. So it's not just for you to drop and pay homage. Let these people feel, rather than money, the welfare, they should be treated. I went to the military camp in the US. Murayo, do you know, I left that place feeling like I want to be part of the military in the US, because the way they uphold their members, it's like everything around your life, your health, everything is sorted. You don't have a problem, you're not thinking of anything. So I think we should upgrade that.
Okay.
I want to remember my classmate James Joseph, who died in the Boko Haram fights.
This
May
IPOB,
their souls rest in peace.
amen. This IPOB is very, very significant too. We can't. It's too early to talk about it, but I hear that Trump actually. Let's not even go into that. Moving on to this day, because it's really, really significant. IPOB holding solidarity rally for Trump on Friday. I think it's a bit more deeper than we think.
We'll look for someone
this
to
day.
talk about it.
We talk about it
We've
tomorrow.
restored Nigeria's sanity, territorial integrity, says Buhari. Right. Northeast tour. Nigeria's forex earnings hit $24 billion in third quarter 2016. Right. And Kerry Lott's 14-year-old Nigerian Zuriel Oduwale's global advocacy for girl education. That's all we can take on front page review. When we come back,
Well done, girl.
Gomina Ajimobi is seriously trending. Seriously trending over the weekend. So we have two students to join us on Hot Topic, tell us a bit about the protest that went on. Then later on, we're going to speak to the Commissioner of Information and Strategy from Oyo State to help us understand the side of the government. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. Glad to have you back. Recently, a video went viral on the internet showing the governor of Oyo State, Governor Abiola Ajimobi, addressing the students who were protesting regarding closure of their school, which had lasted for 8 months, over 8 months. According to him, he was not the one that shut their school and vowed not to talk to the students again due to their attitude and even question his authority. And so we go on. They say, for what we heard, he says, "Go do your worst. I'm the person. Am I the person that closed your school?" That was the version that went online. But there was another edited version, or another version we saw, where he was actually trying to address them properly. Joining us on the show is the SUG president, Lautech, studying psychology, Bakare Soles Olatunde, and a representative of the postgraduate student in sorry, I missed that. Akinloye Aridwan, welcome to the show. Sorry, I crucified your name. I do apologize. But Ridwan, right? Exactly. Yes, and Soles and Ridwan. Thank you for joining. I know you came in all the way this morning to be on this show. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Tell us about the protest. Were you there, first of all, and what exactly happened?
Oh.
Who wants to go first?
Well, thank you. I once again appreciate the entire world for giving us this opportunity to showcase our plight. Well, we are not thugs. We are not touts. We are not hoodlums. We are just common Nigerian youth trying to seek ends meet, trying to have a brighter future. And as such, you all know that education is one of the key stones towards achieving that. And you can't believe it if an institution has been closed down for the past 7 months, going to 8 months now, and you expect us not to do anything. We've tried everything. We've met with the associations. We've met with the school management. We've gone here and there. We've met with the association of the Obas in the community, in the environment, both in Osun State and in Oyo State, to seek their indulgence into coming to our rescue. But it's like everything proved abortive. And to be very, very frank with you, we had series of demonstration, peaceful intellectual demonstration in our Ogbomoso. And the last one we had, that was December 9, led to something else. We were shot at, we were tear gassed, we were brutally chased out of the protesting ground.
All right, hang in there. I doubt if the governor will actually want to shoot at or instruct anybody to shoot at you. So I don't want to join issues. But the truth is that from the protest, it came across as though you were insulting. A lot of the students were insulting. There's one thing to protest, peacefully protest. There's another thing to insult the governor of the state who came, aborted his meeting to meet with you. So that's where, because we want to focus on what happened in that video, because the governor actually felt insulted. He felt that you had no respect for constituted authority. So I want somebody to address exactly what happened during that protest. Let